everything was fine, a new man came along. His name was Murdoch, and what he did next changed the essence of the song.
So, what is the media doing to our politics?
There are two sides to our media. One aspect is that it should inform the public to achieve a knowledgeable electorate,
And scrutinise politicians to avoid hypocrisy.
On the other hand, the media also aims to entertain the public.
I mean, the priorities of the media has been pretty much the same, which is to make news as entertaining as possible and to get as many people as possible to buy our works and products.
As such, politicians have to be careful that they make news rather than become the news.
This is because of the influence the media can have on our views.
Yeah, absolutely.
Work. My views are already set in my mind. I don't need the Sun or the Daily Record to.
Yes, absolutely.
Definitely. I mean, you only see the one-sided view that you get on the likes of the BBC or on the news, and what politicians, generally they do come under attack a lot of the time in the media, so again that reflects your views.
This is believed to be particularly true during the run-up to elections, but is this really the case?
It was famously claimed after the 1992 general election that it was the Sun what won it. But the extent of influence the media can exert is debatable.
Let's look at the 2010 general election, where there were televised leader debates for the first time in the UK. Nick Clegg consistently ranked highly in opinion polls that followed each of the three debates, but the Liberal Democrats actually lost seats in the election.
Despite this, do politicians still believe it is important to have media backing?
They try, if you want to win support, of course you work to try and get the media on your side, and a lot of that's about the print media. A local newspaper is still worth it. People still read local newspapers, and I would work very hard to get their support.
The degree of influence the news programmes have depends on how they're framed.
Shannon Eilidh, Professor of Political Science at Stanford University, has found that the use of thematic or episodic framing has a significant impact on the viewer.
As Eilidh states, episodic framing depicts concrete events to illustrate issues, whereas thematic framing presents general or collective evidence.
Eilidh has found that the use of thematic framing makes the public much more likely to blame the government for bad social condition, whereas episodic framing makes them more likely to blame the individuals involved.
This proves that the presentation of the media influences our perception of politics, and as such, the political system as a whole.
Added to the traditional forms of media, over the last 20 years there has also been the evolution of digital media.
Over half of all MPs have a Twitter account, providing instant scrutiny and allowing us to identify any contradictions that may occur.
Furthermore, the main news accounts on such websites brings the news to a wider audience. 9 million people access a form of social network daily in the UK, hence increasing their exposure to political news stories.
The influence of the media has even reached our Prime Minister. David Cameron's radical web Cameron aimed to harness the power of the internet in order to appeal to a wider audience.
In conclusion, it is undeniable the media can have an influence on politics, from our perception of politics to the way our politicians behave. The influence of the media should not be underestimated. Whether this is a positive or negative impact remains up for debate.